Hi all, welcome to Gallant IAS Art of Writing Indian Polity Answer. In this video, we will learn how to structure or how to meet the demands of a UPSC question. And we'll be learning that based on a previous year question. And the question for today is, explain the relevance of Rajya Sabha as a second chamber in the federal setup of Indian parliamentary system. So we have to write the relevance of Rajya Sabha in our Indian parliament system, and the question we have to address for about 150 words, and for a 150 word question UPSC provides you with 2 pages and you have to write your answer within these 2 pages. Okay, now let's analyze. Okay, so since this question is regarding the relevance of Rajya Sabha, in intro part you just write regarding the Rajya Sabha. What is Rajya Sabha? It is the Council of States, second chamber, or in the bicameral setup in the Indian parliamentary system, and it also involved in the passage of bill in the parliament. Like this, you can give some small intro regarding the Rajya Sabha. Fine. And now you write a separate subheading, relevance. Relevance of Rajya Sabha as a second chamber, and try to write your answers in bullet points. Okay. Again, please note, if you are giving numbers, don't write your numbers in this part of the pages, because that is space is for the evaluator. So please don't write anything in this part or in this part, because you may get negative marks for that also. So please try to avoid writing in that space provided. You have to write your answer within these areas. Okay, so write your bullet points, sir. So what's the relevance of Rajya Sabha in Indian parliamentary system? 1. It fortifies or strengthens the federal nature. Right. So bullet point number 1, it fortifies or strengthens the federal nature. How? Right? How part also. Okay. Because the states are represented in the Rajya Sabha. You must justify your answers also after writing points. Right? Second point, it is a revisionary house. Why? A bill has to be passed by both the houses. So if one house or the Lok Sabha makes some mistakes, Rajya Sabha can go for a revision in that bills or in that sections or in any clauses of the bill. Fine. So it is considered as a revisionary house. Likewise, write your answer. Then you can write what? It gives wider representation of the people. Why? In Rajya Sabha now currently we have 245 members. So more representation from various parts of the country are included there. Why? For a national lawmaking. You can stress all those important points. And it prevents the authoritarianism of Lok Sabha. See, if Lok Sabha is single party has a majority, brutal majority, and if you have only a unicameral legislature, then they might tend to become an authoritarian. So, the presence of second chamber prevents those authoritarianism of the Lok Sabha. Okay, likewise, you stress the important points, add more points. Okay, see here we are not going to discuss about the answer. Here we will follow what? Only how to write an answer. See, we must make a decent structure when we write an answer. That means we must address all the parts of the question. Then only we can get more marks. Okay, so now we address the relevance of Rajya Sabha. Okay, then in second part we have to write the important or special provision or the special powers of Rajya Sabha. See, in our parliamentary setup, in some cases, Lok Sabha is given some special powers, and similarly, Rajya Sabha is also given some special powers that we must write. Fine? One is, we know that Article 249. What does Article 249 says? If Rajya Sabha passes a resolution by special majority, then Parliament can make a law on state list. So, some special powers are conferred to Rajya Sabha. Write that. If you know, try to mention the constitutional provisions. Why? Because it can fetch you more marks if you write those constitutional provisions in your answers. And similarly, regarding creation of all India services, Article 312, Rajya Sabha has exclusive power. So please mention all those special powers conferred upon the Rajya Sabha also. Okay. Then what's the question now? Relevance of Rajya Sabha as a second chamber. So even though there are some advantages, there might be some disadvantages also. So write those drawbacks. Drawbacks of or failures of Rajya Sabha you can write as a part of your answer. So tell some drawbacks of Rajya Sabha. Again, no equal representation of states. Because in Rajya Sabha, representation of state is based on the population. But in USA, all states are given equal representation in their upper house. In India, it is based on population. So, no equal representation. And write those provisions. But in USA, states are given equal representation in the federal setup. Likewise, you can quote. And what? Bill can be bypassed as a money. See, money bill has some exclusive powers. So, bills bypass in the form of money bills. If a bill is deemed to be a money bill, then what? Rajya Sabha has less powers. Rajya Sabha cannot reject or Rajya Sabha cannot amend those money bill. So, likewise, bills can be bypassed without Rajya Sabha approval also. So, these are all some of the drawbacks. So, try to write all those drawbacks. Okay, and sometimes Rajya Sabha uses the ruling party uses the Rajya Sabha seat for defeated candidates in Lok Sabha election. Or likewise, we can also say that the nominated members are rarely participating in the parliamentary proceedings. Say example, the point is nominated members rarely participate in the parliamentary meetings and give example. Again, whenever possible, try to give examples to justify your answers. Okay, when you write a point, if you have a current example, write that. Again, a recent study says, record shows that Sachin Tendulkar, a nominated MP to the Rajya Sabha, attendance is very much low. It is not actively participating in the parliamentary proceedings. So, quote those examples. Participation of nominated members are very low. Their attendance are very low. Like a quote example. And similarly, for removal of a government, Rajya Sabha has no powers. Why? Because no confidence motion is passed in Lok Sabha only. So, for a government removal, Rajya Sabha has no powers. And likewise, Rajya Sabha cannot vote for demand for grants. Likewise, please note down the drawbacks of Rajya Sabha. So, now we make an intro part. In the body part, we mention the relevance of Rajya Sabha, and we also mention the special powers conferred upon Rajya Sabha, and also we have mentioned some drawbacks of Rajya Sabha. And if you have any suggestions, give your suggestions to improve the functions of Rajya Sabha. You can quote it from any law commission recommendation or any other reports of government bodies. But you can also give your own suggestions. By doing so and so, the Rajya Sabha can be strengthened, or the efficiency of Rajya Sabha can be improved. Likewise, you can give suggestions as well, and then end up with a dynamic conclusion. So, this is the manner we have to write an answer. In conclusion, you can say that even though there are some drawbacks for the Rajya Sabha, it cannot be seen as a disruptive wing of legislature, but it enables representation across the length and breadth of the country. Likewise, it prevents the hasty legislation by the Lok Sabha. Likewise, you can give some dynamic and attractive conclusion and end up your answer. So, now we have addressed all the parts of the answer. We have given separate subheadings, we have mentioned the constitutional provisions, and we have given some examples. And when you write points, your answers, please underline the important points. To highlight your answers, please give underline to the important points there. Fine. So, in this manner, please try to write your answers. Okay then, bye.